What is up, most distinguished patrons of this channel? I apologize for the accommodations here. I'm out on the road and my truck is filthy. I'm filthy, but I wanted to get a video out since so many people tagged me in another video and share some important information that we can all learn from. With that said, let's get into it. So this video comes as kind of like a direct response. I've been tagged and sent a ton of messages regarding another YouTuber's video where he talked about how he wound up in a hospital under kind of mysterious circumstances. Long story short, one of the pillars in the off-road community was welding on some parts and experienced shortness of breath and chest tightness, thought he was having a heart attack, and wound up in the hospital in pretty rough shape, and fortunately he's still with us. And that video sparked a lot of comments and a lot of thoughts. I didn't even know of it because, well, when you're making YouTube videos and employed full-time, I miss out on 99% of what the internet has. So I'm glad a lot of you sent me that video or links to it, because what happened to him could actually happen to any one of us, especially if you're not aware of the dangers dealing with certain solvents and welding. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I don't happen to have any chlorinated brake cleaner, but I do have this. It's called electric parts cleaner, Electromotive. This is a cleaning agent. Typically they're labeled as non-flammable, non-conductive, which is pretty important around electronics and motors and stuff, because you don't want to create some kind of an explosion or fire spraying it down with something super flammable. But this is what is known as a chlorinated solvent or a chlorinated degreaser. This is incredibly dangerous to weld around because it creates phosgene gas. And I'll explain how phosgene gas is created because it's a little bit complicated and it really pays to understand that. But if you look at the back of this can or any other can you might be interested in welding around, they say contains tetrachloroethylene and carbon dioxide. The reason that is put on the back, well, because by law they likely have to, but it's to inform you about the dangers of this product. Now, this product works great for its intended use. However, it's extremely dangerous to weld around. So phosgene gas is what they used, from what I recall, in World War I to gas people on the battlefield. Not good stuff, super dangerous. To understand what's going on here, we need to understand how the chlorine solvent that's in here gets turned into phosgene, and it's not as straightforward as you might think. A lot of people have said that, well, just electric arc turns it into phosgene, and that's only half true. So in a simplified manner, what we have here is the chlorine gas, which we have liquid chlorine in here and some gas likely. Due to the heat or just spraying it around, it turns into vapor, turns into gas. That combines with carbon monoxide that's produced during welding, and I'll talk a little bit about where this comes from. And a combination of chlorine and carbon monoxide exposed to high heat and UV, well, guess what? With welding, we have immense amounts of UV as well as immense amounts of heat. So essentially, we are creating a chemical reaction with the chlorine solvent in this and producing phosgene gas. So a little bit more about what's going on here. Chlorine is commonly used in a lot of solvents. Older Tap Magic, I think it's called, had chlorinated solvents in it. I looked at the one in the shop that I work out of. That one specifically said no chlorine in it, but you got to be careful. Now, this doesn't really say anything on the front about having chlorine, and you can't even go by the can color because, yeah, this is red. Maybe it contains chlorine. Same thing with brake cleaner. Brake cleaner, typically the chlorinated is red, but don't go by that. Read the back of the can to make sure it does not have anything that even remotely resembles chlorine in it. So chlorine works really good in cleaners. That's why it's there. Now, carbon dioxide or CO2 breaks down into carbon monoxide. We need the carbon monoxide and the chlorine in exposure to high heat and UV to create phosgene. Well, an electric arc is intensely hot, and that alone can break the carbon dioxide, which, by the way, is in this to begin with. It says it on the back of the can. So the high heat of welding will break down the CO2 into carbon monoxide, CO, and oxygen. So this product, as well as most chlorinated brake cleaners, already have everything you need to produce phosgene other than immense heat and UV. So that's why these are so dangerous. Also, if you have an oil-soaked piece of material that you're welding on, you could also produce carbon monoxide from that. Not to mention, if you're welding with C25 or 100% CO2 gas with MIG, you're also introducing carbon dioxide. So long story short, welding is the perfect situation to have everything you need to produce phosgene off of any chlorinated solvent. So regardless of if it has carbon dioxide in it, CO2 or not, you still literally likely have all the ingredients to create phosgene right in front of you. Now, what makes phosgene so dangerous is that chlorine in itself, you generally know that you've been exposed to it because it smells, you get an instantaneous nose burn, throat burn. Phosgene at dangerous to deadly levels, from what I've heard, I've never smelled it, but I've heard it smells like hay or fresh cut grass. It's not unpleasant. And my understanding with phosgene gas is you breathe it in for a long enough period of time, which could be, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds at a high dose or a couple minutes at a fairly low dose, and it infiltrates into your lungs and it creates an acid inside of your body, among other things. And then it basically can cause lung failure, all sorts of problems. And it's often delayed. You'll have an initial presence of symptoms, we'll call it initially, where you might feel a little bit off, a little bit sick, but the true damage, I guess, is 20 minutes to an hour or two later when all of that material, that phosgene, has converted to acid inside of your body, I guess, and it starts damaging things. And that's when you're in a real pickle, because by the time you realize how bad you are, it's almost too late. And that's why I'm so happy that he didn't end up dying from this possible exposure, because I'm not joking, guys. It doesn't take too many parts per million of exposure over 5-10 minutes with this junk heated in electric arc before you're as good as cooked. And oftentimes damage, especially to the brain, to the lungs, and so on, is permanent or serious enough to where it's going to cause lifetime issues. So this is not something to joke around with. Well, with all of that said, I don't want to scare you guys. You got to understand that welding is one of those things where it's dangerous. Let's be honest with ourselves. Breathing in the fumes, metal fumes, is not good for us under any circumstances. That's why I really preach to you guys, get a welding respirator, a powered air purifying respirator, filter mask, something. Anything you can do to keep the dust out of your lungs will prolong your life and make your lungs happy. It'll make your wife or girlfriend happy, or your boyfriend or husband, because you're going to be around a lot longer than if you weld without proper PPE. Proper PPE for phosgene gas is not something that you're going to have access to in your home. Therefore, you're 100% better off avoiding making this stuff at all costs. Do not use anything with chlorine in it. And if you suspect something was cleaned with chlorine, I would highly suggest you use a formula with water and soap or something and scrub the hell out of it and then let it sit for a while to verify, maybe wipe it down with acetone after. That's something to avoid even the possibility of producing this gas. Because you got to remember, like I said earlier, a filter mask is not going to pull this stuff out of the air. It will go right through that mask, right into your lungs, and you will still die of phosgene gas poisoning. So this is nothing to screw around with. Be smart about the chemicals that you're welding around. And if you don't know, or you suspect something is just completely contaminated, it's not worth your health welding on it. 100%. You guys matter to me. Take care of yourselves. Be smart about this stuff. It's a dangerous world out there. Hopefully this information helped you understand a little bit more about the risks and mitigate them. With that said, until next time.